What's up, everybody? We are live once again. It is Wednesday. It is mission accomplished time. I got a couple guests tonight, two to be exact. Both bare knuckle fighters who happen to be fighting each other February 5th at BKFC Knucklemania, which is taking place Super Bowl weekend, February 5th. That is a Friday night. And the funniest thing is when I booked the two guys for tonight's show, I honest to God had no idea that these two gentlemen were going to be fighting each other February 5th. Come to find out they are. And that's just a little bit of a bonus for us. Waiting for both of them to get here. In the meantime, thank you for tuning in to another Mission Accomplished. I am Kyle Mish. I love doing this. This is my studio, and this is my new Killfoot shirt, Killfoot clothing, Wolfpack shirt, Mjolnir, Thor, Hammer of Thor, Killfoot shirt. I got from those guys. They are a sponsor of the show, and I appreciate them greatly. Another one of my sponsors. While I'm waiting for our guests, I might as well knock out the sponsors. Hey, why not? How about Holden Hands Massage? Jackie Holden is a absolute wizard with her fingers. You need to go check her out. She is registered with. She is registered with the VA, so veterans can go to their provider and get a referral and go see Jackie. Both of the fighters tonight are represented by Smith Brothers Combat Sports. These guys are representing so many fighters. They take care of their guys. Kevin Smith is an absolute gentleman. Lorenzo Hunt and Rob Morrow are both represented by these guys, and I appreciate the Smith Brothers Combat Sports so much for pumping fighters onto our show. I appreciate that, and I will do everything I can to get these guys out there for everyone to learn and know. You need to know these guys because BKFC is the fastest rising combat sport in the world. The event, February 5th, Knucklemania. In the past, I have said that for $3.99 you could get the BKTV app, and you can get all of their events. Well, this one is bigger and better than ever, so it's a different situation. It's going to be on Fight TV, which is another app, and I believe you have to pay for that app. I don't know the price for it off the top of my head, but it is also going to be done on pay-per-view. So still go out and get that BKTV app. It is absolutely worth the price of admission, 100,000%. The sport is amazing. Watch these guys toe the line and scrap like crazy. Tomorrow night on the show, I'm going to have Brandon Lambert. He is a newly signed fighter to the BKFC. This guy is all over social media. If you don't know him, you got to just peruse Instagram and Facebook and look for Brandon Lambert, and you'll see him everywhere. The guy's got a lot to say. He is definitely a mouth, and he is definitely a character, and he'll be on tomorrow night. But in the meantime, we'll talk about BKFC Knucklemania. You got Paige Van Zant versus Britton Hart. Main event that night. Britton Hart, another Smith Brothers Combat Sports fighter. You got Chris Lieben fighting Quentin Henry, another Smith Brothers Combat Sports fighter, matter of fact. And Chris Lieben is saying that it is his retirement fight, which is sad sad and happy for everybody, because everybody who knows Chris Lieben knows he's been around forever. He was an alumni of the first season of Ultimate Fighter. He has put on absolute legendary performances throughout his entire career. He's fought guys like Anderson Silva, Vanderlei Silva, you know it. You name it, he's probably fought him. And now he's fighting in BKFC. He's saying it's his last one. So after that, you can catch him refereeing. He's been refereeing for about 3 years. So I'd love to talk to him on the show, get Chris on here and discuss his career a little bit, see what's next for him. In the meantime, why don't you guys jump in the comment section, throw me some questions you might want me to ask Lorenzo Hunt and Rob Morrow before they throw down February 5th. I'm waiting on both of those gentlemen still, so we got a few minutes. While I'm killing time, I pointed out the Larry Bird Wheaties box last week. That is a 1993 Wheaties box. The other one, Flutie Flakes. How about them Flutie Flakes? Ha. All right, so make sure you're liking, you're subscribing, and you're turning on that notification bell. And our first guest of the evening just showed up. Well, it looks like he's connecting right now. Says, be having some connection problems. We'll just give him a minute. That is Lorenzo, the Juggernaut Hunt. I cannot wait to talk to him. I got a lot of fun questions to ask him because this dude is a monster. And Ian asked if Chris fought Tank Abbott. Tank Abbott was a little before Lieben's time. Lieben was Ultimate Fighter Season 1. So Lieben's my age. Let's just put it that way. And let's go ahead and jump on here with Lorenzo and see how he's doing. Good evening, sir. How are you?
What's up, man? How you
Lorenzo,
guys doing?
I am good, man. So what's going on? You got a fight February 5th. I'm sure you're training like crazy. How's that going?
Yeah, I actually just lost the gym. I'm trying to eat some shit real quick, man. I'm getting it in, man. It's a beautiful thing.
Now, do you spend more time in the gym than you spend at your own home? Because every time I see your social media, you're either teaching a class, you're training, you're sparring, you're doing something, man.
I didn't want to say yeah, but yeah.
Well, you know what, priority. Sometimes your job, you gotta pay the bills.
So I get to take my family with me sometimes. So it's not all bad. It's not all bad. I just take what's important with me.
Does your family go to your fights?
I try to keep that kind of separate. It's like, I'm dad at home and, daddy, I need this, I need that, that. And they can't turn it off for my fights, even though it's really important that they turn it off. They don't. And so I don't bring them anymore.
Wow. All right. I can totally understand that. So for the people watching at home, this is Lorenzo, the Juggernaut Hunt. He is an absolute monster in the BKFC. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your 4-1 record in bare knuckle. Didn't start at BKFC. It started in an organization where you fought in a triangle, right?
Yeah, BYB. You must have watched that fight, huh? I know you was like, what
the hell? Yeah, dude.
That was as my boy Dada called that the mighty Trigon. The mighty Trigon.
The mighty.
It is no joke closet space. And it's okay for me because I won't lie to you. Like I came up, 90s with the old 80s karate movies and the fighting on the flaming logs and like you can put me anywhere. I'm kind of like in my element. We can fight on ice. We can fight on water. We can fight. I'm gonna adapt to it because I'm Shaolin. I'm old school. I'm a Shaolin monk.
Yeah. You're looking for a kumite somewhere to get
into.
You
know what I'm saying? Even that ring was funny. Remember it went up on one side and up on the other side? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, I've had guys put shit in my eyes and I just go straight into Van Damme mode. Like, I got to fight blind now.
And for those who are listening to us talk about this Trigon, they had a thing called the Death Corner where one part of it was like longer to one corner than the other two, right?
Yeah.
So you get trapped in that corner, you're screwed.
It's actually more death. Now, I'll give away one of the secrets. It's actually more of a death corner for the person who's not trapped in it. Yeah, just think about it. Your back's against the wall. You're covered on both sides. No
Right.
hooks are going to work. Nothing's going to sneak up on you. So actually, if your back is in the corner, the guy who's approaching you is in danger. And I figured that out while I was trying to keep him in the corner. I was like, shit, I'm trapping myself. And so when he shot out, I let him out. Thank God I let him out, because when you trap somebody like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're coming out, goddammit. They're coming out. So yeah, it's actually the reverse. Trapping the guy in that corner is actually dangerous for you.
Yeah, I can imagine that for sure. They could I
mean, just think about it. You throw a hook and you hit the fence.
Yeah.
You know, knuckles make sparks on the fence. Like, so yeah, it's kind of like a trap for you.
That whole production was crazy. I'm talking
it was crazy. I mean, it was crazy. It was like a beginning thing. They got our names backwards.
I saw that.
Honestly, it was an awesome show, awesome promotion. Those guys tried really, really hard. Dada and his brothers and the gang, you know what I mean? They made everybody feel at home. They paid really well, which was surprising. They paid really well. They flew us all out. They treated us like superstars. You know what I mean? And I really appreciate that start, because if not for them, I wouldn't have went and did it for David Feldman and the BKFC.
I was gonna ask you, man. So you started off in MMA.
Yes, sir.
And MMA, you're more like you're the prototype for bare knuckle. Like when this sport popped up, you must have been like on cloud nine, because guys like yourself and Joey Beltran and Chris Lieben, if this sport was around 10 years ago, you guys would be in the Hall of Fame.
So actually, what happened, like I said, even with my MMA career, which I was kind of really at a point where I figured I could go ahead and throw in the towel. You know what I mean? The UFC I never got that call. You know what I mean? I did knock out some really popular guys. I did my thing. I did enough to get the call. But it seemed like every time I brought my head above water, I get in a fight with some high-level wrestler, some high-level jiu-jitsu guy that would just basically drown my ass. You know what I mean? Just grab me and tie my shoestrings together and never let me up. And so that happened a couple of times, and it actually made my record look weird.
Right.
But if guys that are really paying attention, you know what I mean? They're not. It says like I'm 4-2 in MMA, right? I have all knockouts.
Oh yeah.
So when it comes to the BKFC, it's like, hey, he's undefeated. He never lost with them hands. Like, you can't take him down. Your ass is out. But you can't take me down now. You know what I mean? So like, aside from knocking people out, I've been choked before. I've been submitted before. And those high-level wrestlers and high-level jiu-jitsu guys, they would get in there, and like I said, they would crawl over to me. They would slide across the guy, Joey Body Bags Pfeiffer. He never had any intentions on never letting me touch him. He basically slid across that bitch on his belly and grabbed my feet.
He slithered across.
So yeah, like they figured it out. You know, they like, hey, we can't beat him standing up, but we can beat him on the ground.
I think that's what Megan Savardi in the comments, who happens to be my sister. Thanks for the support, Megan. He seems like he'd be a lot of fun to have at a party. Cool guy.
I am really cool, and the crazy part is that I don't drink. So I'm just as crazy though when I can be at a party and be the life of the party, and I ain't even drunk. So
there you go. Like, that's the best kind of guy to have, man.
I'm definitely that guy. You know, I'm the handstand guy. I'm the backflip on the dance floor.
Well, anybody that watches you fight will know that, like, you're dancing in between rounds and you're doing jumping jacks like mid round, and like you look like you're having a blast in there for sure.
I'm having a blast. Man. I was telling the other ladies that was interviewing me that, you know, it's basically the trait of a psychopath. You would think that I'm at somewhere else. It's not a fight. You know what I mean? And I do disassociate myself with the violence of it. It's not violence for me. It's like shooting a basketball or you know what I mean? Playing ping pong. To me, it's kind of like playing chess. I'm chilling. I'm in cruise control, and I'm having a great time.
Hell yeah, man. And the popularity of BKFC is like skyrocketing right now. And they're bringing in big names, but they're also organically, like yourself, or like yourself, like they're building stars within, but they're also pulling in.
And I'm gonna tell you that's gonna happen naturally because, to tell you the honest to God truth, a lot of the bare knuckle bangers and a lot of the guys that are coming up in the BKFC missed the shot to beat up them guys that you seen on TV.
Yep.
I've been watching those fights thinking I can beat him. I've been watching those fights, studying those guys, knowing I could beat him, but I just never got the shot because they kept us separated. But now, like, if you're coming over here and you thinking this is the UFC, or you thinking you gonna be a badass just because you fought in UFC, you wrong. I will retire you. I can't wait. Just sign the papers and bring your ass on over here, thinking that it's a lower class fight organization, and you'll be surprised. I can't wait.
Now, you fight 185 or 185, 195,
195,
and 205. Now, what is Hector Lombard fighting at?
Right.
Because I don't know
if you brought his name up.
No. Okay, yeah, I want to ask you this because today, about 2:00 this afternoon, he put a video on Instagram calling a fighter not named. He did not name a name, but he's calling somebody a pussy. He's like, sign the contract. You know me. Don't fuck with me. But he never said a name. I'm wondering who he's talking to, and I was wondering if you can enlighten us on that one.
Well, he's definitely not talking about me.
Okay. I was going to say he's fucking crazy.
I would have got the call months ago. He's definitely not talking to me because I'm that guy that will come to your house.
Yeah.
Like, I know you're not talking to me. You know what I'm saying? People
I didn't think
me
so.
out.
I was wondering if he had those kind of balls. That's what I'm saying.
No,
like,
no. He's probably putting together some sort of promotional scheme to beat up some other guy from the UFC, or old rival or something. They're just probably putting some sort of promo together, blah blah blah, some sort of nonsense for another easy fight for him. You know what I mean? Hector Lombard, he's I would like to say he's spoiled, so to speak. You know what I mean? He's not gonna fight no real competition, and he has that. He's done enough work to where he can kind of be like, nah, I'm not gonna fight this guy. You know what I mean? And still save face. Me, on the other hand, I've never turned down a fight. There's never been anyone, any promotion, from any promotion I've ever fought in, anyone who ever knows me, they know I've never turned down a fight. Say a name and I showed up.
I love that. I mean, you're not in the business to be turning down fights. If you make it to this level, who are you to turn down a fight? You know what I mean? I don't agree with that. I mean, those kind of guys are whatever.
Right.
So you were at the BKFC tryouts. I wanted to ask you, like, what do the tryouts consist of? I saw a lot of Instagram videos, but you never see like the full tryout. Can anybody who thinks they're tough just go up in there and try out, or do you have to have some sort of credentials as like a professional, or at least in some amateur fights?
I'm not totally sure about that part. It looks like just anybody can walk up, but I don't believe so. For the most part, guys that are registering are ex-fighters, ex-MMA fighters, ex-amateur boxers, guys that have a record. No one's just showing up like walking in off the street smelling like McDonald's and trying to sign up. You know what I mean? We're not doing that. This ain't American Idol.
Right.
Guys definitely can fight, or used to fight, or they have some sort of credentials. You know what I mean? Even when you walk around and you look, you might see a couple guys that are over the hill, or somebody who had a few too much to drink, but they still know how to fight. They used to fight, and we'll weed them out. You got the president of the BKFC walking around. You got the matchmaker walking around, and once we make them shadow box for 11 minutes straight, like, then that weeds out about 50%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 50% is like, screw this. You know what I mean? And then we start looking at the guys who actually maintain their form and actually who know what they're doing, and you can see it separates itself.
And then everybody has to hit that pad where they test your pounds of pressure.
Yeah, they test the little test your might pad. Remember Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
That's kind of sweet. I didn't like the way they had to set it up this time. They set it up on the actual punching bag, which kind of skewed the numbers a little bit. That pad is designed to be set up against the wall. So it was actually probably doubled the numbers if you hit it on a stationary thing, but that wasn't our gym, so we couldn't just go drilling holes in the wall. And so this time, but like you say, you still get a pretty much you get an understanding for who's there, where the power is, and stuff like that. More so, I was impressed with the guys that were able to manipulate the ring in the mitts when we got inside and we started doing the mitt work. That's pretty much where the judges gather around and they see your personality. They see how you hold yourself. I tested a lot of those guys. I pushed them faster than they wanted to go. I pushed them around. I slapped a couple guys and see if they would return fire or at least put their hands up. I really, really pushed those guys at the tryouts, and I let the judges see what type of temperament they have. I bunked a couple of them on the head and see if they get pissed. I mean, shit, if you don't get pissed, you ain't even like,
you got to be a psychopath, right?
Yeah, right.
That whole psychopath thing. When you went there, was it the same way? Like there was no fighting, and you didn't have to fight anybody.
And like I said, it shocked me too. There was no fighting there for whatever reason. There is no actual sparring or actual fighting at the tryout. And I believe that Mr. Feldman set it up that way so that he could gauge the skills without the super crazy testosterone nonsense and ambulances and all this kind of craziness of us just putting bums in there to slap each other around and then somebody have a seizure and shit like that. Like, let's get through the prelims first. Let's see if you can hit a bag. Let's see if you can follow directions. Let's see if you came to play. You know what I mean? And those guys, like I say, they found me in the tryouts. And
did you hit the hardest?
Look at the tryouts, you could tell every move, every motion, every hook. Every time I hit the bag, all the cameras focused right on me. It's like a drum solo.
Yeah,
you guys are playing, but they're only listening to me. And that translates into know-how and confidence and ring generalship, and it just translates. They can see it.
That's awesome, man. Did you hit the hardest out of your tryouts?
I didn't. No. So
who hit harder?
They didn't have that at my tryouts.
Oh, why not?
They didn't have that thing at my tryouts, and I've always wanted to actually hit it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I did get to hit it at the tryouts here. I wasn't pleased with my results, knowing that I kind of gauged myself at around at least maybe 1,400, 1,500. When I hit it, it was like 700 or something. And I was like, bullshit.
Yeah. It registered more like one of the ones at a bar that you push the button.
Yeah, it registered like half.
Yeah.
And I think, and I'm like I said, I got a pretty good gauge of power, and even the other people who hit where the power is.
1,400.
I kind of know how to manipulate my strength in a way that translates into power. And so I can see the other guys when they hit it, I was kind of right, dead on. And then for me to be so far off with my own is like bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bullshit. Yeah. But I will hit it the next time when they put it up on the wall, and I'll like to see how close I am to my actual number in my head.
You go ahead and set some records at the next one.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, from there isn't. I've been doing this a while. Out of about 22 total fights, I'll say 16 to 18 of them have been knockouts, KOs. I know how to knock people out. I know I hit hard. I know I'm fast. No one has to tell me that. No one has to confirm it for me. The fights speak for themselves. You know what I mean? So for sure. I know what to do. I know how to manipulate my strength.
Anybody? We got a bunch of people watching right now. You guys all got to go watch his fights, because the two finishes that I actually love is the picture. it's like a poster where you stood over Reggie Pena. That was fantastic. And
that
then
was no, I didn't stand over Reggie Pena.
oh,
Reggie Pena's the guy that had the hematoma. His eye got real big and looked like
Lorenzo, Eric Lorenzo.
Lozano. Yeah.
You're Lorenzo.
Lozano is the guy. He ate that mean right hand.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are looking at that picture and they're thinking like, oh, this guy's an asshole. He stood over his body. And I actually just tripped over his feet. You know what I mean? It just kind of got exaggerated. And, you know, pictures tell a whole nother story. I mean, I'm not the kind of guy to, you know, mince words or say I did something or I didn't, or say that, you know, or take a back step. I mean, I don't care. Lozano was trying to hit me after the bell. He was being a dick during the fight. So even if I did stand over him, so what? Like, so fucking what? You know what I mean? Like, this is fighting. I'm not a politician. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm nobody's buddy. I fight for money. Like, shit. Like, I'm not a role model. I fight for money. What the hell are you thinking about? So yeah, like, I might lose it sometime. I might, you know, be a little overly aggressive, but I fight bare knuckle for money. Don't try to pretend like this ain't some savage shit.
Right. And after he went after you after the bell in the first round, you lumped his ass up in the second, and then
his ass up.
When the bell hit off the second round, that's when you started like dancing and doing jumping jacks.
Yeah. I was like, I mean, like I said, like,
shoving up his ass.
I refuse to be bullied.
Yeah.
If somebody kicks me in the nuts, I'm kicking them in the nuts. If somebody hit me after the bell, I'm hitting them after the bell. If somebody kicks me, I'm kicking them in the face. I'm not playing. Like, I'm not gonna let you get the last shot. That's a no.
Am I wrong? Did the next fight after that against Green, did he hit you after the bell as well?
Yeah, he did, and I slapped his ass too. And the commissioner said something to me about it. I don't know why, like, they think I'm gonna let him get away with it. I'm not letting you get away with that.
Yeah, it's 2 fights in a row.
It's psychological. Yeah. We starting the first. I won the whole round. You hit me after the bell. I'm punching you in your mouth because I'm still winning. Like, I'm not gonna walk away because you hit me after the bell. No, I'm punching your ass back. It's a counter. It's a counter.
Hey, I wanted to ask you about cornering Tyler Goodjohn. Your girl Christine Ferrero was actually in the comments here. She yelled, "That's my dog."
What's up, Christine? Let's whoop some ass. I hope you coming in February.
Yeah, she's actually going to come on this show February 3rd. So I'm looking forward to having a conversation with her as well. The game plan going into that, did Tyler execute the game plan that you guys had going in, or did he kind of go rogue a little bit? Because if you compare his performance in that fight to his previous ones, he always kept his hands up in his previous fights, and in that one he had him down. He was like clowning a lot. What was that?
Me cornering Tyler Goodjohn was like a last minute thing.
Oh, okay.
He's an awesome guy, awesome fighter. I've seen some of his YouTube stuff. You know what I mean? Pretty cool. Got a cool personality. I actually got some video of us behind the scenes doing our thing. So yeah. I will say he definitely deterred from the game plan of the one that we came up with in maybe 20 minutes before the fight. Not to say he deterred from his game plan. I don't know what his actual game plan was because I didn't train with him. I don't know if he intended to showboat or shock the world or make it look better. Sometimes we go in to the fight with a game plan that nobody would agree with. So we have to keep that to ourselves. People don't ever think about that. Like, hey man, in this fight, I'm gonna show my ass. I'm gonna showboat a little bit. I may squat over a guy and take a dump. Yeah. Everybody's gonna be like, no, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of just keep it to ourselves. So I don't really know what his game plan actually was. I will say that I was screaming something and he was doing something else, and I was screaming and he was doing something and I was screaming. Then he came to the corner and I was like, okay, you done bullshitting? Like, come on, let's put your hands up. Let's execute this guy. You're a better technical fighter. Let's go ahead and do the job. And he went in the beginning, I believe, of the second round, and he did. He had his hands up. He slipped the punch. He fired the punch. He slipped the punch. He turned the corner. He fired the punch. And then he went right back to like this bare knuckle showdown like Jason Knight and Artem.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that was part of the plan. You know, maybe it's like I'm gonna get bloody for the fans. I don't know. That just because I don't plan like that, you know, don't mean it ain't a plan.
Yeah, I talked to him a couple weeks ago. He actually, when we were split screen, like I'm talking to you right now, the fucking dude was sitting in his bathtub in Vegas drinking a beer.
He's
But naked, I'm like, okay,
he's sick, yeah. Bro, dude is sick.
Before he came on a little early before we went live, and I talked to him for like a couple minutes before we went live, and I was like, bro, you need to like position your phone a little bit because
so I don't see your dick.
I don't need anything slipping out and getting me thrown off. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah. Good dude, man. Fun guy. You have a fight coming up. I didn't even know this until just recently. One thing I want to ask you. When I was searching the fight card for Knucklemania, you cannot find the fight card on the internet. Like you could find the three main. What's up with that?
BKFC's got a lot going on, bro. You know, they tried to put some overseas things together. They got this going on. They got that going on. The fights coming. They usually get down hard on their shit right around 2 weeks before the fight. You know what I mean? I'm definitely fighting. I'm under contract. I know a couple other people who are definitely fighting that are under contract. Combat Insiders put out a fight card, an official fight card, and they kind of got everybody down that's on there. I wasn't even sure about who was where and who, and there was a couple names on there that I was surprised to actually see. So
okay.
With our management staff and our guys that are putting this shit together, you know, they're kind of swamped. They're busting their butts, and it's kind of hard to keep up with it, with the excitement of it all. I know that as we continue throughout the year, they'll get better and better and better, and they'll release things a lot earlier. But for right now, we're doing like hey, you ready? Okay.
Yep.
We in. It's like, hey,
no.
You ready? I'm ready. Okay, we in. So that's why if you look at my Facebook and my Instagram, I never stop training. I never stop training. If David Feldman called me at 3 a.m. and say, hey, Hunt, I need you in Detroit for a fight at 7, I'll be there and I'll squash somebody because I never stop training.
That's great. Now, the guy you're fighting is also another Smith Brothers fighter, Rob Morrow. You guys familiar with each other? You guys...
I never actually met him, and if I did, I don't really remember. I do think we shared a corner, BKFC 8, when I fought Reggie Pena. But when I'm in fight mode, I don't really be trying to make friends or shake hands and all that shit. And it's not because I'm nervous or nothing. It's just because I'm in my own space in my head. I did meet him. I think I did meet him because we had to share the corner. I know he fought on the card. But other than that, I don't know him. I don't have anything against him or nothing like that. So if you see me do something weird or crazy, it's just part of the job. I don't know him. You know, I never minced 2 words about him. The matchmakers make my matches. I don't know about other people who get to pick who they fight. The matchmakers make my matches. They say, hey, this is the guy we got. This is the money. Do you want it? And I'll be like, yeah.
Now,
could have skipped the first part.
Do you have you watched film on Rob, or are you just going in there kind of?
I watch film on him. I don't usually because the film is old. You know what I mean? The film is old.
I was gonna say he only has the one BKFC fight.
Right. Film is always old. Sometimes film can be misleading. Film is not as important to me as being the best possible me is. Okay. I'm not really looking for any cheats or any slips or any tails or any. You know, other people maybe study like that and be like, oh, look, he twinkles his toe before he turns. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I like to, I like to be the best possible me. The sharpest me that I can be is hard to beat.
Somebody in the comments section just requested that you fight Jake or either of the 2 Paul idiots. You could probably fight them both at the same time and rid them of the earth.
I don't know who those guys are.
Oh, well, you're better off, dude. Before I let you go, you got a fight prediction? What do you got?
For my fight?
Yeah.
Pain. Pain.
All right. Just pain.
Yeah, me and my coaching staff and my guys, we're willing to go wherever the fight is willing to go. Mm-hmm. I'm not, like I said, I'm not looking at Rob Morrow's fight tapes trying to say that he's weak or that he's overly strong. I just know that there's a fight coming for both of us. I respect him as a fighter. He's been in the cage with monsters. He's been fighting a long time.
Yep.
I don't believe that knockout that Trujillo put on him. I don't think that's a tell into his skill. I just think that he got caught with a shot because the fight kind of started off faster than he wanted to. So I'm expecting him to come out strong. I'm expecting him to be there for a fight. And I'm still going to beat his ass. I'm going to beat his ass within an inch of his life. But it's just the job. I'm not really a mean guy.
All right. Well, you can't take his life because he's managed.
I said within an inch.
Oh, okay. All right. So, hey, before I let you go, I do a quick speed round. I do a couple of fun questions. First one on the board. What's something you're really good at that's not combat related, not combat sport related?
Everything's combat sport related. Chess, ping pong, basketball, swimming. I'm good at everything.
Okay. Second question. Have you seen why weren't you casted as Clubber Lang's son in the upcoming Creed 3?
Because I didn't apply for the job, but I should have, because that's me all day.
That's you all.
I got some more for you. I got some more. I got a little more for you.
Oh, man, dude. I when I watched the preview for it, I was like, man, that should have been Lorenzo Hunt right there.
Yeah, I would have played the shit out of that role.
Okay, you can only listen to one group. Which one of these are you picking? Outkast, Wu-Tang, or Bone Thugs?
Thugs, Bone Thugs. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
Well, I should have noticed. I should have known that. Damn. What advice do you have for a fighter thinking they could, get into bare knuckle, but they're not quite sure?
Learn how to duck.
You know what?
You said they speed questions, so I'm answering fast.
Yeah.
Learn how to duck, goddammit.
God damn it. And where do you see yourself 1 year from today?
BKFC president.
President? David Feldman, you hear that?
We all got to be a little bit delusional, but it's cool. I'm shooting for it. You know what I mean? I'll probably be the champion both weight classes, 185 and 195. It's going to be hard to keep them away from me. I don't know who can defend those titles from me, period. That's not me being arrogant or nothing. There is no one in our brackets that can stop me from obtaining the 185 championship and the 205 championship. If you think differently, show me the tape. Show me which guy you think can stop me from taking the belt.
All right, everybody.
Not emotionally, not like your favorite fan or your guy. Show me which guy that got the skills that can do what I do that can stop me from taking what I want.
Well, we'll try to find him for you. You are one ultra confident dude. You are highly entertaining. My sister loves you, obviously. I can't wait to see you fight. I can't wait to see you fight February 5th against my next guest. I don't know if you knew this, but Rob's coming on the show next.
You should have had us on here together so I could poke him in the eye.
All right. Everybody go follow him. He is the Juggernaut Hunt on Instagram, and he is also Lorenzo Hunt, the Juggernaut Hunt on Facebook too. So more active on Instagram though, right?
Both. You know, I live on Facebook every day. So
do you?
You guys can hit me up. I always respond. You guys can ask me questions. I'll always hit you back. Give me a shout out. Give me a follow. Give me a like. We in this to win it.
You heard him, and if you don't, he's coming to your house.
Yes, sir. And
got that.
Fuck Hector Lombard.
Fuck Hector. Fuck Hector Lombard.
Fuck Hector Lombard.
Go watch that video that he posted today. I wonder who he's talking about. It's interesting. He's with Yuli Diaz in the video too, and they look like they're funny.
Of course he is. Clout chasing ass clowns. And neither one of them. All four of they fights. Both of them 2-0. All four of they fight. Who did they fight? Right off the top of your head. Say a name.
Oh man. No, you put me on the spot. Can't do it.
Got him because they didn't fight no fucking body. That's why you don't know.
Hector Lombard. Didn't he fight Julian Lane? Did he fight Julian Lane?
Fuck no.
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 Oh, no, that was Thiago Alves. Damn, man, I can't.
Right. Gotcha.
Can't do it.
Gotcha. Can't do it. Can't do it because he didn't fight nobody at all.
All right, man. Well, another Smith Brothers gentleman coming through my show. I appreciate you big time, bro. Good luck February 5th. I don't, you have enough confidence that you don't need my luck.
We're going to go put on a hell of a show. Thanks for
having me.
All right.
Have a good one, man. Thank you. Have a good one. Good night. All right. That was Lorenzo Hunt, one half of this fight coming up February 5th. The other guy involved in that fight will be my next guest. He is the Destroyer, Rob Morrow. How are you, sir? Good evening, sir.
How's it going?
Good. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Can't complain.
All right. Yeah, well, this is Rob Morrow. He is a longtime MMA veteran. 48 fights? Something like that? Hello?
Yeah, I couldn't hear you. You were cutting out a little bit.
Yeah, you're freezing up on me, buddy. Let's see if we can get a better connection.
Yeah.
All right, I think you might be a little better now.
All right, how's that going? Good?
Much better, much better. How are you, sir?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Good. You got a fight coming up February 5th against my last guest, Lorenzo Hunt. Did you hear me?
Yeah, going against Lorenzo Hunt.
Yep. So, preparation for this guy, are you watching back his BKFC fights? Because I know you have a ton of MMA fights under your belt, and then you made your BKFC debut, and I feel like you got caught off guard right off the rip. That guy was like shot out of a cannon on you, and your fight didn't last too long, and I'm sure you want to get that one back. How's the preparation going for Lorenzo? Everything going up to speed?
Yeah, everything's going good. Yeah, all the T's are dotted. Everything's good. I can't complain. The last fight, which was my first fight for BKFC, just nothing in life was going right, and it showed in the fight. I've been in it for a while, almost 18 years now, and I've never backed out of a fight due to anything. The only one would be Andrew Capel, but they're out in Omaha, Nebraska, but there was no way I could make the fight with work and everything else. It just wasn't happening. But besides that, I don't back down from anybody. No matter what's going on, I find a way to overcome. And this fight with Gustavo, I'd like to rewind it, do it again. Obviously, that's with any fight that you lose, you want to do that. But from having work put me on overnights that same fight week, and
Jesus,
I mean, from a guy that gets up at 4 a.m. To now I'm trying to go to bed at 4 a.m. It just did not work. I couldn't get acclimated to the sleep. I got off work Thursday morning about 3:30 a.m. just to hurry up, go home from Chicago, which is about a good 40-minute drive. Get all my bags packed, say bye to the wife and kids, and head back up to Chicago to fly out. I just didn't have the sleep, and legs weren't under me. And Gustavo started like right off the bat, started coming off hard, and I just couldn't get into that. Not with being tired, So, lesson learned. But I went out there and I fought, for whatever it was, 35 seconds, and Gustavo got the better end of that. So now I'm on to
Now,
Lorenzo, and I'm coming in for that. I'm working my way to the title fight. He's 3-1, so technically, with this being a new sport, he's a veteran of bare
yeah,
knuckle. Being a new sport in the U.S. and everything that they're doing, but having 4 fights, and this is only their 16th show, that's pretty much a veteran right there for this. And so I know he's pretty comfortable where he's at. But yeah, I'm coming in for that win.
yeah, he's definitely. I just had a half an hour conversation with him. He's a ultra confident guy, very exciting fighter. But you're no stranger to big fights, man. You have, like you just said, almost an 18-year career. Are you still training like jujitsu and wrestling and stuff like that, or have you basically moved completely on to like boxing now that you're bare knuckle, or are you going back to MMA at some point?
Right now, I've moved straight to just boxing, just bare knuckle. The last fight I had was kickboxing,
Mm-hmm.
3 fights in one night for the tournament. Ended up coming out as the victor for that. So then I was training kickboxing.
Nice.
Right before that, I had a not bare knuckle
Bellator?
fight with Myron Dennis and Bellator.
Mm-hmm.
Bellator, I was just getting ready for bare knuckle just in case I was able to get on that show, and which was like June or July, and I didn't get on there, but I worked a lot for that fight, and then I just took all that and moved it into the Bellator fight and came out with I think it was like a 1-and-6-second knockout, so
Yeah. I now the what is it like? You've been involved in like all these different MMA promotions. How is the BKFC different from, say, like a Bellator or one of these other ones?
BKFC has shown that they care a little bit more for the fighters. They have I'm saying from like BKFC 1 up to now, which only a few years they've always cared about the fighters, making sure everything's going good for them. But then they've been fixing like any little problems that they have to become the promotion that they are, and
Mm-hmm.
they're taking it by storm. So yeah, hats off to them for that.
Yeah, it's an amazing sport for sure, and it's catching on like crazy. And now you're going to be on the biggest event they ever had, Super Bowl weekend, just loaded with names. It's got to be pretty exciting to be involved in. It's almost like when the UFC started in the early '90s. It kind of started a little on the sloppy side, and then by the time the Fertittas got a hold of it, it blew up, and it's been a juggernaut ever since. And now BKFC's got a little bit of that early UFC about to explode feel to it,
Oh yeah, definitely. It's almost the same thing,
Right.
So I mean, this is the next big sport. It could be the next UFC, So
Yeah. Now, you haven't been in the sport for so damn long, but you're only, what are you, 35?
yeah, just turned 35.
You're 35 years old with 48 fights under your belt and a BKFC fight under your belt already. You got a lot of time left. I mean, like 48 fights is a lot of fights, but you're also only 35. So like a lot of guys, now that you're doing bare knuckle, you can go all the way into your 40s with this stuff,
Yeah, and I get to see these guys coming in, like Chris Lytle and things like that, and Lieben and all these older names coming into it, who have been under the weather with how the sport with all the training and the fights. I mean, it beats up your body and things like that over the years. And for them to come into bare knuckle, I'm like, you know what? I got this. It kind of gave like another hope, another dream.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing that, yeah, I'm 35, and I've actually got, this will be my 99th fight if you count my amateur fights too.
Oh, wow.
So this is kind of, Yeah, there's a lot. So that's why it's like, man, I'm this close to hitting 100. Like that's pretty awesome. It's almost like Jeremy Horn style, you know.
Hell yeah.
It would never be Travis Fuller style, you know, having almost 400 fights, whatever. But
Right.
you know, it just opens up another doorway. Like, I gotta get some bare knuckle fights in, you know, and you know, every goal that I've went out after, from, you know, just being a local small town guy to fighting kickboxing and winning tournaments, and then getting into the MMA and making it to the bigger shows and becoming a professional MMA champion, and then just recently becoming a professional kickboxing champion, making it all the way to like Bellator, Glory, Lion Fight, things like that. And then now,
Mhm.
obviously, BKFC, that gives me a whole nother goal. Like, I want to be the champion. Like, that is my goal. And there's no way for that. There's no side cuts, nothing. It is straight on. Lorenzo Hunt is the guy I got to go through to get that.
Yep. And then, so do you have like anybody? So you're not looking past Lorenzo, right? You never look past Lorenzo, but do you see some guys in the division that, like, do you see a path to a title? Like, you got somebody to call out after or anything like that?
No, it's you know, it's like one step at a time, one punch at a time, one fight at a time. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we'll do this and see what the door opens up for. I see, you know, Lieben fighting Quentin Henry. You know, maybe it might be a winner of that, or who knows? There's no champion right now, so it's vacant. So everybody's on the path to get to there.
Man, it's a big race to the title. I can't wait, man. It's a good way to kick off the 2021 year for sure.
Oh yeah,
Now,
with everything going last year, for sure. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, at least we have our combat sport. I mean, at least we have sports in general. The world's going to freaking hell right now, but at least we got our sports. You know what I mean? Thank God for you guys.
Yeah.
So you got Lorenzo Hunt. We got Rob Morrow here. How come I just found out about this fight like in the last couple days? Did it just get put together, or it's like, I got to be honest, like I've been interviewing a lot of BKFC guys and people, and I interviewed Britton Hart, and she was talking about the event. But as I was researching the event, all I could find was like Johnny Bedford's fight, Chris Lieben's fight, and Paige Van Zandt versus Britton Hart. I didn't even know about you guys until the last couple days, and I'm like, holy shit, I got them both on my show Tuesday. What's going on here? Or Wednesday?
Yeah, I want to say it's been about probably a good 2 weeks knowing about the fight. Maybe just right after Christmas, right before the New Year, you know. And then things started getting settled for sure, like getting the contracts in. This is like that little secret surprise, you know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a banger. Could be, you know, I'm looking for it to be the steal the show. You know, you got all these other names on there, but hey, we're the fight
People's
you
main
guys should be
event.
watching. Yeah.
The people's main event right here.
Right
Man.
here. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, two violent guys looking to make a statement in 2021. I love it. How about we do a speed round of questions to get everybody to know Rob Morrow a little bit. Ready?
All right.
Ba-boom. Do you have a favorite win in your 48 fight MMA career? Favorite win?
Favorite win? Shit. I mean, they're all great. You know, you learn from every one of them. Probably my first title fight over Danny Surface, head kick knockout, first round. That's probably my favorite because it went on to HDNet fights, Boss Rutan talking about it, so that was pretty sweet.
Nice. You were talking with Boss about it?
No, he actually brought my this is how you knock someone out, and brought up the head kick.
Oh, that's great. Hell yeah. All right, go to post weigh-in meal.
Oh, post weigh-in meal.
Do you have a go-to?
Usually, I still eat clean. Okay, so it's gonna be sweet potato, chicken, and usually drink tea with it.
Wow. I was waiting to hear like a 24-ounce ribeye and a baked potato or something like that.
Nah, I wish. Nah, I still eat clean until after the fight. That's when I get my post fight stuff. After that, then it's Giordano's pizza. Get a deep dish
Giordano's
pizza, but
pizza?
yeah, it's a big deep dish Chicago style. But
There you
besides
go.
that,
All right. I put 14 years, but it's more 17, 18-year career. Is that what it is? In your so you've been a part of the sport for many years. What is the biggest positive change you've seen in the sport from when you made your debut to now? Fighter pay, treatment, like
well, instead of being called NHB, now it's MMA or UFC. But yeah, the biggest positive, I'm gonna have to say, um, pay, and then the commission's getting involved to keep everyone safe. I
oh,
think
okay.
that's the only thing they do. In my opinion, that's the only thing they do. But to keep everybody safe from any blood transmissions and brain injuries. But other than that,
Excellent. You're in a bar fight. You get to choose one of these guys to have your back in their prime. Vanderlei Silva, Chuck Liddell, Rampage Jackson.
bar fight, I'm gonna go Vanderlei.
Vanderlei? He's just a psychopath.
Yeah, he's just gonna start. The way he throws all wild, he's just gonna be throwing, So
It'll get you out of there. You guys will clear the house. All right. Best advice you can give to a young fighter trying to get going in their career.
Get your experience. If you're amateur, go out there and get experience. Do kickboxing, do jujitsu, do boxing. Learn what you're good at and learn what you're bad at, and then work on both of them. And then for the young pros, don't rush anything. I started off my career bad, rushing it, like, oh, I should be in the UFC right now. I'd leave right after work and go fight. You can't do that as a pro. You're fighting guys. That's all they do is train. So you have to, going from amateur to pro, you have to take it as a professional career. This is what you want to do. Sit there and do it right.
That's great advice. Yeah, get in grappling tournaments, wrestling. What about would you ever go into like Submission Underground or anything like that? You ever consider something like that?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I did like your Nagas and stuff. If you have a record, I'm like 7-8. I could never really get into just grappling somebody.
You'd rather stand and bang.
Yeah, I look for the knockout. If I grew up, watching from like Ernesto Hoost to Vanderlei Silva, Chuck Liddell, all these guys. What are they known for? Knocking people out. Crow Cop. That's what you go. That's how you showcase your fighting skills. You knock somebody out. Not taking anything away from the jiu-jitsu or anything, but that's a whole different art. And I'm just not too into that art.
Hell yeah, it's been it's got to feel pretty good to knock somebody out over a submission anyway, right? Put their lights out is a little more fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's like I said. That's how you should fighting skills. You knock them out.
Hell yeah, dude. So fight prediction for February 5th: Rob Morrow versus Lorenzo Hunt. How does it finish?
It's going to be a knockout. I think I'm going to make him quit. I see he's had a lot of fast knockouts and, first round stuff and he's a banger, but I can take it deep. I can go in the deep rounds. I I just had 26 minutes of fighting some of the top kickboxers. I know I can go the distance. I don't know if he can.
Yeah, and of all his fights, I think he only went to the third round twice. He might have went to the third round once or twice. Yeah, he, like you said, he finishes him early, and I know every loss is kind of a win for you because you learned something that first BKFC fight. That guy was shot out of a fucking cannon on when they said total line and fight. You didn't even blink and he was across the line. Like, now you know to anticipate that fast start, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like I said, I'm already sleep deprived and everything, and then next thing you know, I'm getting punched, and it's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a learning experience. I won't let it happen again.
Hell yeah, man. All right, so I'm going to let you get going here. I want to thank you for coming on. Get your rest before this fight. You're going to be having more eyeballs on this event than any BKFC event ever. So this is a good one to showcase your skills. You are a true veteran in the game. You are an absolute savage, and I look forward to you and him putting on a hell of a show.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on the show. Do you mind if I give a shout out to all my sponsors?
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to say, go ahead and shout out anybody you want. Tell us your socials and all that stuff.
Check me out, Rob Morrow, MMA, from my Instagram, Robert Morrow on Facebook, The Destroyer Rob Morrow also on Facebook for a fan page. I'd like to thank my wife, Kathy, and kids. They help me, every day that I got to come home and from work and do this. The Union Brotherhood, Local 68 Laborers, Berserker Brew Coffee, Neves Nutrition, Green Therapy CBD. I've got Sizzles in Lockport. A couple other ones I might be forgetting.
That's all right, bro.
Everybody over at Bare Knuckle getting me on the show, everything, and Lorenzo Hunt for taking the fight. And let's go out there Super Bowl weekend, put on a show.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you very much for coming on. Good luck. I can't wait to watch you guys perform. Have a good night.
Right. Thanks, you too.
Take it easy.
Yep.
Bye. That was Rob Morrow, absolute legendary veteran in the game, 48-fight veteran, world champion in MMA, world champion in kickboxing, and he's looking to get through Lorenzo Hunt. That's going to be a violent war between two Smith Brother Combat Sports fighters. That's going to be the people's main event, if you ask me. I mean, you got the pretty girls up at the main event. I'm not taking anything away from Britton or Paige because we're all going to be tuning into that one with our eyes wide open. You know what I'm saying? And that should be violent because those two girls like to dish out violence and also take violence. But there's also the Johnny Bedford fight. There's also the Chris Lieben fight. But the one that is going to really entertain the masses is your boy, the Juggernaut, Lorenzo Hunt, and the Destroyer, Rob Morrow. They are not going to fail you guys, I promise. Now, thank you for tuning in. I'm on a back-to-back tomorrow night. I got another BKFC fighter, another one that's going to be on that February 5th card. His name is Brandon Lambert, Malo, and he's going to have a lot to say. If you guys know him from Instagram and Facebook, he is a busy man with a busy mouth, and he likes to talk it. So we're going to find out on February 5th if he could do the same in the ring. For now, I will see you all tomorrow night. Thank you for tuning in. 8 p.m. tomorrow night. I will be talking with Brandon. See you there. Mission accomplished. Peace.